fighting games. Whether you're a prehistoric who grew up playing Karate Champ, to the OGs playing Street Fighter 2, to people like me who grew up playing anime fighters like Dragon Ball Z Burst Limit, we all have one thing in common. We like to see people throw hands and try to look good doing so. And in the last 5 years, we've been eating too. For those who don't know me, there are two game genres I always keep my ear out for: arcade racing games and fighting games. Focusing on the latter, however, there is an issue that not a lot of people address, and that is, where is the 3D fighting games? For those who aren't familiar with the fighting games genre, there are usually three core types of fighting games. You got your 2D fighters, where you're pretty much going left and right and duking it out. 3D fighters, where you're pretty much either having 8-way full movement, and whether it's just like from the joystick or you able to do sidestepping. And lastly, your arena fighters, where you have full control over player movement, and usually your fighting abilities are usually simplified to a few button presses. The rest are usually just subgenres of the core three. In the last 5 years, looking back, I realized this genre of games is way more disproportionate than I thought of. Most fighting games coming out are usually 2D fighters. In my opinion, that area is kind of oversaturated.
Oh, come on, Rashad. It can't be that bad. Can't be that oversaturated.
Oh, that's not so much. So?
3D arena fighters, we get a new release like every 6 months. To most of them being like 5 to 6 out of 10s on review scores. Sheesh, we're getting Dragon Ball Sparking Zero sometime next year. Now what about the 3D fighters? How many have we gotten in the last 5 years? Just 4? Just 4? That's actually pretty sad. Considering 10, almost 20 years ago, we had a boatload of them. JoJo All-Star Battle R is a remake and alteration of the original PS3 release. I haven't spent too much time with this game, but from the small time I had with it, it's pretty good when it comes to its battle mechanics. And I like how they overhauled the story mode from the original one. The netcode can be better though. Soul Calibur 6, it was okay. It didn't hit like Soul Cal 5 to me, definitely not Soul Cal 2, but I did like the new customization features. Virtua Fighter 5 is just a remake of Final Showdown. I got this on my Xbox 360, playing it on my Xbox One. My issue with this is that I don't like how esports heavy it is. That's pretty much their main gimmick for this one, this re-release. And a lot of content is locked out if you don't have like PlayStation Plus. And also, graphically and audio speaking, I personally think it's a downgrade from Final Showdown 2. Not just in visual fidelity, we could see like the characters and stages got better modeling detail, texture detail. It got better, but I do not like how they did with the lighting and environment adjustments that changes the atmosphere that you're fighting on, and even washes out the vibrant colors that the original releases had. Dead or Alive 6. Dead or Alive 6. More like Dead on Arrival, to be honest. This game frustrated me so much the moment I started playing this. And this is one of my favorite fighting game series of all time. To describe my frustration with this franchise, specifically this game in particularly, Allow me to explain this in like movie terms. It's like it's like going from watching Star Wars The Force Awakens to The Last Jedi. It's that bad, and for a good reason. This game abandons its fundamentals that is already established and adds elements like that stupid power bar trying to appease players that is not good at fighting games when the game's control scheme is already simple enough and easy to pick up. And they got rid of certain mechanics that the original games, like especially with 5 that just came after that, before that, they took some of that stuff. There's a reason why people are playing this game modded. They're playing the DOA 6++ mod. Shout out to Emery. That dude is the only dude I can think of the top of my head who's actually keeping this game alive in some form or fashion. But my goodness, the fact that you need to have this game modded to actually have a decent experience says something. And not only that, the smorgasbord of microtransactions this game is utterly disgusting. DOA 5 already had it pretty bad. Like $1,000? $1,000 worth of DLC? Oh no, that's too much already in of itself. DOA 6 took that and it said like, I bet, and just ran with it. Not only with the smorgasbord of DLC costumes that you had to purchase on Steam, but you also got like this in-game currency that you had to get for like costumes and stuff in-game. And even if you got the gems for it just to unlock character skins and something like that, it's not for that character that you want. I can go all into like why I do not like DOA 6. That could be a whole entire video itself, but I had to say something because I love this franchise, and it's pains me to see like this game like dead in the water like how it is. Now, there is also a fighting game franchise that I deliberately did not mention. Tekken. Yes. The Golden Goose. She's pretty much the only 3D fighting series most people play. I didn't mention Tekken because Tekken 8 is coming next month. What makes Tekken 8 is so hilarious to me, to be honest, is that this game plays like DOA with all the interactive stages and the environment damage. I wonder why. Oh. They got Shambori-san from DOA coming on the Tekken. He literally took the director of Dead or Alive for Tekken 8. Now ain't that something? So we got one game that's alright. 2 that's okay. 1 that's a miserable disappointment. Something's gotta change.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
So yeah, I'm trying to work on a fighting project to quench my own thirst. And I don't know how. It's been like 10 years. I've been wanting to do this since I was a kid anyway. And then the last 3 years, I've been banging my head against the wall to do this stuff, do the simple stuff to do. There isn't many videos on YouTube that talks about how to make fighting games. And if so, they're usually the traditional 2D fighters. I can't say I never made games before. My team and I released for our final capstone for college, we made a basketball project, and to be honest, my development for that game just being all over the place, I think we did a great job with that. I'm not gonna even lie.
Cheese salsa, baby, I've been ballin' hard, no discount. 3